Here we are again. It's time for box number 4 of this Lincoln Penny Hunt and album fill. Hey everyone, it's Rob with RobFindsTreasure, and that's right, we're going to do another box from Connecticut, box number 4, on our quest to get as many of the slots filled on this Lincoln Penny album as we can. Now, if you have not watched the first 3 episodes, I will have a link to the playlist down below, and I'll even stick a convenient link up here. Be sure to check out the first 3 episodes so you can see the progress we've already made before watching this video. If you're already caught up, you'll recall that after the 3rd box, we now have 86 slots filled in this 234 slot Lincoln Penny folder. I also have a tube or a partial tube of ones that would go in the album, but I'm holding out for better examples throughout my hunts. As I've mentioned in previous videos, it's quite the mission to get all this album filled up, and I don't really expect to do that, but I'm curious to see how far along we can get and how many boxes it takes to get that far along, minus any of the key dates, semi-key dates, or steal cents. Of course, I'll take those throughout the hunts if we can find them. Now that we're already caught up, it's definitely time for us to get this box opened live and see if we have any good enders. Let me push these things out of the way and let's start the hunt. There's nothing like opening a box of pennies and hoping to see something fancy schmancy on the top sides. I didn't see anything awesome from the holes on the bottom, but there are 2 sides to every roll and we haven't seen these yet. All right, what do we got here? Oh, we have a wheat cent ender reverse facing right there. Got a really nice shiny red cent there. Looks like it's going to be a copper one. Little did I know we'd get our fair share of beautiful copper cents in this box. And outside of that, I don't see anything else too fancy schmancy, but we'll get to know what's on the inside once we get on the inside. I'm going to go ahead and push this back. Obviously, I'll be using my Lincoln Penny Coin Hunts mat today. And of course, for those that don't have one yet, I have links to those down below as well as up here. All right, roll 1, box 4, 86 spots filled in the album. Can we make it to 100 after this box? Roll number 2, and I think we have a wheat cent we don't have, if my memory serves me correctly, 1947 Philadelphia. Either way, we're on the board. 1 wheat cent in roll 2. Roll number 5 is going to yield our 2nd wheat cent of the hunt, and this one's going to be a 1948 Philly. We've got another Canadian back here, so we'll go ahead and pluck that one as well. It's our 2nd Canadian, and that's going to be a King George VI, 1943. We have got 1 King George in 3 of the 4 boxes so far. I have not seen these too often in my boxes, but I will take it, and that's the oldest one because we had a 49, a 50, and now a 43. 2 Canadian cents. 1 a KG6. Roll number 8, wheat cent number 3, obverse facing, 52 Denver. We'll take it. Roll 13, wheat cent number 4. It's one we already have, obverse facing, a 1944 Philadelphia, but oldest of the box so far. Roll number 17, and I just flattened it out because I noticed the wheat cent, and I think we have another King George back here as well. So let's grab the wheat cent first, number 5 of the box. It's a 1954 Philadelphia. And is that another KG? It is. King George VI, another 1943. We'll take it. Roll 20, wheat cent number 6, reverse facing with a cool patina. Another 1944 Philadelphia. Roll number 32. It's been a while since we found a wheat cent, but we're going to have number 7 of the hunt. And this one's going to be a 56 Denver. Same roll, a few coins later. Wheat cent number 8, a 46 Philly. Roll 33, almost the end of the roll. We've got a beat up 1957 Denver. And what's nice about that one is that'll make 9. And we know we'll have double digits because we have a wheat cent ender in roll 41. Roll number 36, obverse facing, wheat cent number 10 is a 52 Denver. Same roll, a few coins later, wheat cent 11, a 1941, which we will check for any of the doubling at the date. Liberty, and the motto. And I don't see any of it, but either way, it's still another wheat cent. And like I said, number 11 and the new oldest of the hunt. Roll 37, wheat cent number 12. That's a dozen, and that's 1946, Philadelphia. Roll 41 is going to be that wheat cent ender, and it'll make 13 for the hunt. Let's see what year it is. Wheat cent number 13. And that's going to be a 1940 Denver, and I think we need it. And the new oldest of the hunt as well. Roll number 42, wheat cent number 14. Another 56 Denver. Same roll, wheat cent 15 will be a 1958 Philadelphia. We're on roll 45, and it's been a pretty exciting last few rolls. I haven't filmed it, but we ran into a beautiful copper dump of some pretty nice 61, 62s, you name it. That being said, I bring you in because wheat cent number 16 could be another oldie. Let's see what it is. Wheat cent 16, a 1920 Philadelphia. We have the 20D, so it's nice getting the 1920 as well. New oldest of the box. Roll number 46 is not a wheat cent ender, but it's another one of these shiny 1962s. And by the way, I am checking them for the 62 DDOs. I haven't found one yet, but nice to see some old copper dumped in here for the album. Same roll, and this roll is kind of loaded with some nice copper, but we did find wheat cent number 17, and it's going to be a 1958 Philadelphia. While I have you here, let's see if any of these are older as well. That's a nice 77, but I think I saw another one right here. Yeah, another beautiful 61. Unbelievable. Let me get back to the hunt. Hopefully there's more nice coppers like we've been finding in the last 4 rolls. Roll 48, wheat cent number 18. It's just another 1944, but we're only 2 away from 20. Roll number 50 is going to give us one last wheat cent, I believe, for number 19. So we're not going to hit 20, but another stellar box. And that's a 1950 Philadelphia. Let me go ahead and run through these, and I'll be back for a wrap-up before we update the album. All right, we have finished that 4th Connecticut State penny box, and it was another dandy. These things are just producing like crazy. We got 19 wheat cents. The oldest one was that 1920 Philadelphia. After that, they're all in the 40s and 50s, but I believe we have a couple in here that I could use for the album as well. I did pull aside a couple of 90s and 80s cents that maybe we'll be able to use. We'll have to see. We got a total of 12 modern Canadian cents and 2 KG6s for a total of 14 in all. We got a handful of 59s, 8 of them, and take a look at these 61s. We had 4 stunner 61s, and then a whole row, almost a half a roll it seems like, of beautiful 1962 Phillies, except for that one being in Denver, and I only pulled it out because it's nice enough that I might use it. The final row, we got a couple of 69s. One's an S, not the DDO, but they're beauties. A couple of 70 S's, not the small dates, they're the large dates. A 72, not the DDO. A 74 that I needed, and an 81 that I might use as well. Quite a bit of nice looking copper, and almost filled the cup. Had we used all of these in the cup, probably would have got a lot closer to filling it, but still a nice amount of copper. Now that we've got them all laid out, it's time for me to see what we can use in the album. We're sitting at 86 slots filled. I'm hoping we get to 100 somehow, even with some of the replacements of some of the ones that aren't as nice, like the 70S and the 69S that are pretty brown in the book. I'll bring you guys back after I do an album update and let you know what we've done. All right, we have got the album updated, and definitely was a fun hunt. We added 3 more wheat cents. The 1920 we could use, obviously. The 40D, we also needed that. And the 1947. On top of that, we were able to add some nicer, older coppers. And even despite all of the additions, We only added 11 more, so we fell short of my goal of having 100 through 4 boxes in the album, but we've got 97 out of the 234 spots. And again, obviously, we've added some additional things like the reverses that we needed and the 2000 wide AM. And we'll continue to add other goodies down here if we find other varieties or cool cents. These are my extra 50s and 40s wheat cents from this hunt, couple of KG6s, and the ever-growing stack of coins we could add to the album, but we're holding out for better ones. At the end of the day, it was another great Connecticut State box. I'm having a blast going through these, especially with the amount of wheat cents and beautiful old coppers we're finding. If you're enjoying this Penny Hunt and Album Fill series, and especially episode 4, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, and thanks for watching.